Hi crafters, this is Crafty Savvy and I'm back today to share a couple of journals that I made with you. But before we get started on that, I just wanted to say that I hope everybody is doing well and that you're all staying safe and healthy. And I'm just trying to get through this whole COVID thing. I still can't believe that we're still going on with this, but to my fellow Canadians, happy Canada Day. Today we celebrated Canada's birthday, and not quite the same as we normally do, but still, nonetheless, it was a beautiful, beautiful day, and so proud of our country, and glad we could celebrate, even in a small way. But I've been watching a lot of videos on these, I guess they're traveler's note size journals, using these large window envelopes, and I had a few laying around and I watched a bunch of videos. I watched Yvonne Preston and a bunch of other people were making these, and I really love them. I don't know, I didn't see any with pockets in the top, but I made a little pocket in the top of mine, and really had a good time making them. So very, very simple, and I'm just going to take you through a couple of them that I made. So like I said, this is just made out of an envelope, much like this one. And it up here and here and here so that it opened up, and then I lined mine with a piece of coffee stained paper inside, and I left the top open so I was easily able to slide a tag in there. I did, however, I think glue the paper down from here down, because I didn't want the tag to fall all the way down into the envelope. And what else? I did coffee stained the envelopes and did a little bit of, stamping. Yvonne, did a similar sort of thing. Hers were like 100 times better. But anyways, I did a little bit of stamping, and I happened to have some papers that had a lot of pinks in it, so I just put some pink distress ink on there, sewed in my signature. I did some sewing around the edges, and then used some grommets or eyelets there, and then tied it off with some very pretty pink ribbon. So let's just go inside here. So in the top of the first page, I made a tag, and I just did some crazy sewing around the edges. This is a piece of paper from some of that collage work that I had done, and then made copies of it. So I used that there. And then you can see the clear envelope there, of the envelope. And I love the way these came out. Lots of room. I just left lots of blank room for writing or pictures or doodling, journaling, that sort of thing. This is an old piece of ephemera that I had that I copied onto some old graph paper that has pink lines. I just love that graph paper. It's a copy of something I took offline. There's a little pocket here. Now, some of these images I got from just online, some free printables, and I think other stuff is already made. I'll try to remember what's what, but it's... And then one night I just spent sort of just sewing a whole bunch of tags and little pieces of ephemera and things like that to have them ready, and that made it a lot easier to make these journals pretty quickly. So this page here is a flip out. So on this page I have an envelope, another envelope. You can put something in there. I just attached it to this page here. And then on the front of this one, I made a little pocket. Let's put some ephemera in there. And then just attached a couple of pieces of ephemera to this. I think this is Artie Mae's. I did a lot of sewing also. This is some ledger paper, and I just made a pocket with it and put in a little tag. I believe that's Artie Mae's as well. I got my hands on some plastic mats that I got off of Amazon. And I tried for the first time to get, you know, that doily look. Well, it didn't really work out the first time, so I'm going to try it again. Followed some videos, but it didn't really help me too much in terms of the way it came out. I stacked them up, so I put a layer of paper and then the placemat, and I just kept doing like that. And then I let them dry, but it didn't really come out the way I had hoped. I can vaguely see some of the lines, but I think I'm just going to do one sheet with the mat on it and then let it dry and see what happens that way. Anyways, just some paper, some more pink graph paper, lots of coffee stain paper. I was very pleased with these sort of pink color papers here. So one day, I have high blood pressure, very high blood pressure. I've had it for many, many years. And beets apparently are very good for you. I happen to like beets. So I was boiling some beets one day, and the water was an absolute beautiful color. And I know other people have used beets before, and but I ended up using that water from the beets to stain some papers. And I absolutely just love, and this camera is not going to do these justice, but the pink color that came out on these pages it's just phenomenal. I love it, and it happened to match these journals pretty well, so I used beet stained paper in here. Just some ephemera that I put on with a paper clip. Coffee stained paper. This is some old, very old ledger that I believe little Rhonda Lee sent me. Hi Rhonda, hope all is well. Thank you for that. I really love that. And made a little pocket on this side for some extra. These are just some pages off of a little paper pad that I have, sort of like to-do lists. Some more of the beet stained paper, very vintage trim there. A little pocket. This is a copy of a really old check that I have. I have the originals of these from 1891. This is some ephemera that I had. This is a little Artie Mae's envelope. I just attached some extra paper there. How do we have that? I don't think it really matters too much. Coffee stained paper. This just flips out. I just attached a little flag there. Some beet stained paper. That's the center of the signature. This is just an envelope. And there's another envelope on the other side, and an altered paper clip that I made. Just like that. This is another flip out. This is just a piece of ephemera attached to it. Don't remember where I got this. Oh boy, I'm sorry, I don't remember. A little pocket here with some more of those list to-do pages. Some more ephemera, just flips out like that. Oh, I missed some things. I guess I should put something in that pocket there. Oh my goodness, I missed a whole bunch of stuff, didn't I? Anyway, that's another pocket with ledger. Sometimes you think you're done. I think, you know what, I got so anxious to move on to the next one that I forgot to put things inside. But we'll go back. This just flips open. This ephemera is from Vanka, Finally Crafting. Hi Vanka, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for those. And I just tucked it under there. Another little bit of vintage trim. Lots of coffee stain paper. See, here's another one of those doily, and I can see that print just a little bit better. So some turned out better than others, but I'm going to give it another honest effort. See if I can't do better. Some ledger paper, I made a pocket, and this is I'd like to say this was from Love Junk Journal freebie. I wrote it on the back so I wouldn't forget. These are so beautiful. So those were free, and then this is just an envelope that I made. That's Artie Mays. This is Artie Mays, just another envelope. This is just attached to another flip out. There's just some extra paper inside of there. And then this is just a pocket with a couple of little tags inside. Artie Mays, and this is just some, well, this is the front of some vintage paper that I had that you saw there. And then that's the back. And I love the feel of them because they're chunky, but not too chunky. But yeah, that's the first one. And then, so very much the same here. I did coffee stain the envelope, just did some stamping, I added some pink, distress ink. I tied this one off with some sari that I found in my stash. And then there's another tag from that I made, and then that just goes in there. I'll just open this. Let's hope I finished this one properly. So just open that up. That's paper from a collage that I made, and I just took a copy of it. There's a doily in there. This is some vintage school paper that I have. It was naturally colored like this. And if you fold it, it will break. Like, it's that old. But I really love it. Some old ledger. Coffee stain paper. This is some coffee stain graph paper. And then on this page, I have an envelope that flips out. So I just attached a piece of paper to the front of it. And you open that, and then inside there's just some doodling sheets, and there's a giant flash cue card for journaling on, and you could also journal there. And on the other side of that, I just created this little file folder, which is so cute, front and back, and then you can put something in there. And then I just had one of those, I think these are Tim Holtz. Are these Tim Holtz? I don't know. These little word tiles, and what says create art. So I just attached it to there. What I liked about that was it kind of peeks out of the journal a little bit. I thought that was cute. And then there's some of that beet-dyed paper, some more of that vintage ledger paper. So Artie Mays, I think, tag that I made. Some sari on there. some more of that lined paper, ledger. I made, so like I said, remember I was telling you, I just sat down one night and made a whole bunch of stuff. I just literally put all the scraps on my desk, well, some of the scraps, and then just started making little books and let me just see if I can show you. Sorry, we're deviating away from the journal, but I did a lot of sewing. I just found stuff that I had and made tags out of it. Like I made a whole bin of stuff. So a lot of things that I've had for a long time that I was just going to get rid of. And I said, you know what? I found a whole bunch of scraps. And I just sat there, and then whatever happened, happened. I made tags. What else? Mostly just ephemera cards and things that I can slide into pockets. I didn't have a lot of stuff. I always have to make stuff when I make a journal, and I'm so tired of doing that. I just want to be able to put things in. So some of these are very old. I don't even know where I got a lot of this stuff, but and I made a lot of like little writing booklets. I just added a bunch of papers that I had. Those. These are like little books with extra paper. I made a few long ones. I had a lot of offcuts from those other journals that I showed, and I cut off these strips, odd strips, and I ended up keeping them, and then just made these little books full of these little papers that you can put into a pocket. This one's like a little matchbook there. So I had fun. Anyways, so lots of little, got some going this way. Tall and skinny, but they're cute. So yeah, anyways, that's what I did. So I just made a whole bin of stuff, and I should be good to go for a little while anyways. But so yeah, there's a little booklet just filled with random papers, and that goes in there. And I made these two little flippy pockets from that Beet-dyed paper, and then inside each one of these just has a little space for writing. There and there. It's just a little tuck there. Another little pocket. I think that's Artie Mae's. And some coffee stain tickets that I had. This is from a little notebook that I have. It's a couple of doilies in the center of the signature. This is, I believe, little Rhonda Lee sent this to me. Thank you. So we just tuck that in there. That folds out. There's just a little journaling card. Another Artie Mae's. Ledger. Some old school paper. A little tuck. Another one of those little flags. This is just another envelope that opens up. There's just some extra paper in there. I attached a doily to that one. This is some, oh my gosh, this is some ephemera that I've had for a very long time. I'm talking like probably more than 10 years, so I don't even know. It was just some loose sheets, but super cute. I came across all of this stuff and then just made you know, little journal cards or ephemera cards out of it. So I couldn't tell you where that came from. It's just so sweet though. It's just another little cherub. Pretty sure that came from Vanka. She sent me some stuff. And just some more ephemera inside a little side tuck there. Some writing paper and a doily. And then that's the last page. And that's it for that journal. So I have a bunch of more envelopes. So I'm going to make some more. I have larger envelopes than this. I think they're 6 by 9. I want to give those a shot. They have a window also, so I'm going to give those a try, and then hopefully I'll be back to show you those. And that's about it. So I hope you like those. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. I'm slowly getting to 8,000 subscribers, which I'm so thrilled about. I know I don't make as many videos as a lot of you out there, but I do when I can, and I would love to get to that 8,000 subscriber mark so that I can do a giveaway. And so if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. And I hope you guys are all well. Happy Canada Day, and we will talk to you all real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.